When you don't have a home, you don't have anything. Our home is a place where you develop our private life, you have our intimity, even you feel ourselves in a sure place. And when you don't have home, when you live in the streets, your life is short than the people that we live at home. Even the risk to suffer an accident or to suffer some hate crime against yourself when you live in the streets is bigger. So you can say that when you live in the street, your life is at risk, in the contrary way that if you have your home to live. If you want to know how many people are in Spain in homeless situation, in Barcelona we can talk about more or less 3,000 people. We suffer an increment of 50% from 2008. In Catalan context, maybe more or less 5,000 people, and for all Spain we are talking about 35,000 people. Nevertheless, those data is not right, because our statistics are not sure, and we don't have all the data possible. There are a part of what we call hidden homelessness, people who is impossible to know that they are in homeless situation. And if we consider that all the categories used to do those statistics are not all the categories designed for European Union, the ethos categories, we can talk about hundreds of thousands of people living in a homelessness situation or in an inadequate housing situation. Maybe different reasons to arrive to be a homeless people. Maybe personal reasons and social reasons. Personal reasons maybe those about health, organic or mental health, addictions, economic problems, when you lose all your social net or even family connections. Those are the personal factors that make do that people arrive to lose their home. The social context, the social problems are all involved in the actual moment of crisis. We are living in a moment that is very difficult to have an employee. It's difficult to have the social protection attending the needs of the people. You can suffer a serious health problem, and if you don't receive the support in your health, you can lose everything, even your home. And nowadays we are suffering all around Europe, in some countries more than others. We are suffering a very interesting matter and a very hard matter, that is that the social context is being harder than personal context to arrive to be homeless. And we are seeing a lot of people with a good planified life, and they are doing all their best to have a normal life, but the social context is making them living in a residential exclusion and being homeless. Some of the biggest problems the homeless people can suffer, maybe, for example, the first one, the loneliness. Homeless people are people who are in public spaces. They see a lot of people around them, but they feel very, very lonely, and this is very, very bad for them and for their feelings. Another big problem is the resources. There's no sudden resources for homeless people. They are suffering all kinds of exclusions, and they need all the support of the social protection system, and they don't have. And maybe another big problem they suffer is the criminalization of the homelessness, with a lot of rules that criminalize the use of the public space, and some kind of specific uses of public space that the people who live in the street may practice, and even some kind of criminalization for the society of the poorness. Day by day we are seeing that there are more parts of the society that would try to take the poor people and get out of the streets, get out of their scene, and that's maybe the three of the biggest problems they suffer. If you want to give some kind of support to homeless people, the first thing you must have in our mind is that they are people, they are persons, and our approach must be from one person to another person. We can understand what he needs, if he needs some word, if he needs to stay with someone, if he needs some kind of material resource. Another kind of support we can give to homeless people is collaborating with the associations that works on homelessness. And the third way may be to be very, very active in the movements for the defense of the social protection rights, employment rights, health rights that we are losing day by day in this actual situation in Europe.